What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today in this video, I'm going to be ranking the most popular 2024 films that are going to be coming out this year by how excited I am. We're going to be doing it in a tier list format that I have pulled up right here. And yeah, let's just dive right into things. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Ty and I absolutely love movies. So if you guys want to stick around, hit that subscribe button. I make a bunch of movie related content. And also, if you guys like this video today, this tier list we're doing, please consider hitting that like. It helps way more than you know. So yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's dive right into this. Alright guys, so I took some time just to cook up this tier list here. I've got 5 tiers ready to go, and I've got 31 movies that we're going to be talking about today. Don't get me wrong, I know that's a lot, but I'm going to try to burn through them and not talk about them for like years at a time. Also, before I start ranking these myself, please let me know down in the comments, what movies are you most excited for 2024? And also, let me know, did I leave anything off of this list that you're excited for? I know that I couldn't put every movie on here because honestly, especially towards later in the year, we don't even really know what's coming out yet. So yeah, as of right now, these are most of the movies that we know for 2024. Alright, so yeah, these are pretty much just in random order. So starting off here, we've got the next Alien movie. Honestly, I've pretty much never seen any Alien movie fully. I've seen like bits and pieces of them. This movie I'm definitely intrigued on. I'm not a big horror guy, but I am a huge sci-fi fan, and just science fiction as a whole. The whole Alien franchise does intrigue me. I'm definitely gonna be checking out these movies like beforehand, just to watch the franchise basically for the first time. But yeah, this one's definitely going intrigued. I am pretty excited for it, honestly. All right, so next up is gonna be Zendaya's movie Challengers. First of all, this poster is really cool. I love that it's like hand drawn with the sunglasses. But this is gonna go in I mean, nothing about this really excites me. I'm not really a tennis fan. I'm not really a romance fan. I know there was like all the memes a while back about like Tom Holland because she's like sitting on the bed getting like kissed by 2 guys, and he's better than me because I would not let that happen to my girl, but personally. But yeah, this is gonna go in nothing really has me super intrigued. I'll probably go see it, maybe, but yeah, not exactly thrilled for this one by any means. Civil War. This is a movie I'm kind of in between intrigued and sign me up. I'm going to put this in sign me up. I'm pretty sure they said this is going to be A24's most expensive film ever. And I do like the unique concept about how like it's like a civil war in the US. And I mean, yeah, that's kind of like my type of movie, honestly. Just kind of like a dystopia, like what could happen in the future of the world. I love stuff like that. So, we got Kirsten Dunst in here and her husband, Jesse Plemons. So I'll definitely be seeing this one. But, yeah, I definitely have like somewhat tempered expectations because it might miss the mark, but overall, I think it could be a pretty like solid sci-fi futuristic thriller. Even though for some reason we don't have a release date yet, I know that Maxine is coming out in 2024. I hope the Mia Goth stands don't hurt me for saying this. I'm putting this in intrigued. Listen, I'm not a big horror guy at all. I haven't seen X, I haven't seen Pearl, but I'm still interested in this movie. And again, just like the Alien film that's coming up, this is a movie where before it comes out, I'm gonna watch X and I'm gonna watch Pearl for the first time, and I have a feeling that I'm really gonna enjoy them because I do like Mia Goth overall. I like her energy, and this does intrigue me, especially with like the font of like the title that they released. So overall, I am intrigued by this film, but I can't put sign me up or can't wait until I see the first 2. Maybe I could bump it up though, like from there, but once I see those first 2 films, I have a feeling I'm going to be more excited for this one. Alright, so coming up next is going to be Mr. Experimental's movie, Robert Eggers himself, remake of Nosferatu. Is that how you say it? Like the vampire film from, I believe, 1922? Honestly, sign me up for this. I'm not the biggest fan of Robert Eggers. I do think his films are a little bit weird, and they're just not really like down my lane necessarily. I still haven't seen The Northman though, and I haven't seen The Witch, so I do have to check those out. But honestly, from the first images that we're seeing, something about the vibe of this film, even though we've just seen a couple of images, I feel like it's more for me. Like, I didn't really love The Lighthouse personally. I do appreciate it and I respect the artistic value behind it, but this movie does seem really cool, and I'm definitely intrigued. I believe it comes out in December, so yeah, that's going to be a really cool one to watch. Guys, honestly, I don't know if I was prepared to make this video because I'm just going to be real with you. A lot of these movies on this list, I feel like are sequels to films that I've just not seen. The next example of that being Sonic 3. This one's going in Honestly, haven't seen Sonic 1, haven't seen Sonic 2. I love Jim Carrey. They look cool, but I don't know. I just have never really been into Sonic as a kid, anything like that. I will check out the first 2 before I go see this movie. But I mean, there's nothing I'm really too thrilled about with this film. I know that I believe Shadow is going to be in it, which I bet like, for the diehard fans, that's pretty cool. But as a more casual Sonic fan that isn't really familiar with like the lore, I'm not exactly dying to see this one. So yeah, this one's just going to go in for me. not exactly too excited to see this one. All right, coming up next is going to be If. Honestly, this is a movie that was released pretty recently, and this one's going to go under Intrigued. I can't exactly say I'm like dying to see this film. I feel like it's just trying to flex its star power with like Ryan Reynolds, John Krasinski. I believe Steve Carell's in here too, but I watched the trailer and I was just like, okay, this looks pretty decent. I don't know. There's nothing really that screams like this movie's meant for you. But at the same time, I'm definitely going to be at the theater, definitely going to be checking it out in, I believe, May when it comes out. And yeah, some stuff did seem cool. I liked some of the character designs. It did seem different. And it's nice to see like just a unique concept being created by some creative people. But at the same time, I don't know. Not exactly dying to see this one. So it's just going to kind of sit in Intrigued. Honestly, I'm pretty nervous for the backlash I might get for this next pick. Gladiator 2, straight up, is going in not interested. I haven't seen Gladiator 1, and overall, this is the type of sequel where I'm just like, why are they making it? You have a legendary film like the first Gladiator, and again, I haven't seen it, but I know it's a legendary film. And why are you randomly making a legacy sequel, God knows how many years later, just for the sake of it? And of course, they got that star power in there. They got like Pedro Pascal. I believe Paul Mescal is going to be in there too. But I don't know, something about it just feels off, and I'm just not really excited for this. Maybe once we get a trailer, I'll be more excited. Maybe once I watch the first Gladiator, I'll be more excited. But as of right now, man, I'm just not excited for this movie. I kind of want to just pause here for a second because, guys, if I'm just being real with you, I feel like 2024 is going to be a pretty weak year for films. I feel like there's so many bad sequels that are coming out just overall. And don't get me wrong, I know I haven't seen these movies yet, but I'm just saying overall, they don't seem like the most interesting films. And I feel like 2025 is going to be such a banger year with all the blockbusters that we know are coming out. And it kind of just feels like 2024 is going to be like a filler year. I'm pretty excited for some of the films coming out, but man, the more that I look at this list, I'm like, damn, we just have to kind of get through this year and just get to 2025. Who knows? Maybe there will be some movies that release towards the back half of this year that, you know, haven't really been announced yet that will be really great. But as of right now, I don't know. Just not really dying to see most of these, if I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Inside Out 2, I'm honestly very intrigued to see this one, because this is the thing. Inside Out 1, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of. It's not like one of my favorite Pixar movies. And also, Pixar sequels kind of have like a bad rap just overall. So it's kind of one of these things where like, do you get excited for this one because it's Pixar, or do you not because it's a Pixar sequel and it's been so many years since the last one? Like, what do we do here? I don't know. That's why I'm kind of putting it in the middle of Intrigued, especially with this bad run that Disney's been on just overall. So yeah, it's gonna go in Intrigued. I really can't put it any higher. Maybe once we get a new trailer or maybe some new information about the plot, I'll be even more hyped. But yeah, this one's going in Intrigued, and it feels weird because as a die-hard, pretty much Disney or Pixar fan, I feel like I should be putting this higher, but as of right now, it's just going to go in Intrigued. Coming up next is going to be Dune 2. Guys, again, I don't want to be a broken record. This one's going in Intrigued. I honestly have not seen the first Dune movie. I'm just going to be real with you, and I'm a sci-fi lover. That's why I'm putting this in Intrigued. Honestly, once I watch this first Dune movie, I have a great feeling that I'm going to love it, and I think that it's an interesting concept. I love movies that are just filled with lore and a really deep backstory, and I think that this really does appear to be like peak storytelling. But again, I just haven't seen the first film, so I can't just sit here and say, oh, this is going to be amazing, or, you know, this or that. I think it's going to be a good movie, but I'm just intrigued for now because I haven't seen the first film. I'm sorry, guys. Guys, honestly, I think a lot of you are going to think I'm just a dumbass because this one's going in Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I have not seen Mad Max Fury Road. I'm just going to be real with you, and this is another sequel where I have not seen the movies that have came before it, so this is going to go in The trailer looked a little bit cheap to me. I like Chris Hemsworth. Anya Taylor-Joy is like fine to me. I don't love her necessarily, but yeah, something about this trailer just threw me off. Maybe if I watch the first movie, you know, I'll be more intrigued, but yeah, this one's just going to go in F for now. Alright, so coming out later this year is going to be Wicked. Honestly, this is just going right in not interested. I'm just not a Wizard of Oz fan overall. I've never seen the musical, and I'm not like the biggest musical person, but I do enjoy a good one, so I will probably check this one out. But yeah, I have no hype for this movie. I just don't know that much about the story, whatever, with like the play. But yeah, for now, at least, this is going in not interested. Finally, a positive film. This one's going in Sign Me Up. I haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, but the trailer for this movie absolutely sold me. I don't know what it is. The concept of just like New York being frozen over, and the fact that with this sequel, they're kind of going for like a theme. That actually seems interesting to me. Instead of kind of just like a regular follow-up sequel that just feels kind of bland and boring, following the same beats as the first movie, it feels like they're actually going for a theme here. Like I said, that like wintertime type of aesthetic, and I really did like that. Paul Rudd's gonna be in here. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. Oh my god, I'm going crazy here, but yeah, this seems pretty cool, and I'm overall, again, just intrigued. It seems pretty cool. Sign me up. Guys, I'm just gonna be real with you here. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is my most anticipated movie of 2024, without a doubt. Listen, I recently rewatched the original trilogy, and I've got to say, it's so phenomenal. And I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, they're making another movie, they're going to start a second trilogy, what if it doesn't live up to the hype of the other ones? But guys, the same people that worked on the first trilogy are coming back to work on this trilogy. And on top of that, even though we don't have Matt Reeves coming back, who was a phenomenal director on the original trilogy, we have Wes Ball coming in, and that might scare some people, but he did the Maze Runner movies, and I absolutely love those films. I watched that trilogy for the first time last year. Guys, this is going to be a great movie, and I think that this trilogy is going to be amazing as well. Wes Ball, in my opinion, his aesthetic really fits this franchise as a whole, and I think he's gonna do a great job. That little trailer we got looks awesome. I cannot wait for this movie. Alright, so A Quiet Place Day 1, honestly, this is going in intrigued. I haven't seen the first 2 Quiet Place movies. They're interesting to me, but overall, I don't know. Now that John Krasinski isn't here anymore with this franchise, sort of, I know he's trying to distance himself, I'm not really dying to see it. I know that Joseph Quinn's going to be in this movie, and I believe Lupita, I forgot her last name, from Black Panther, she's also going to be in this film. But yeah, I'm not dying to see this, but it does intrigue me because the fact that we're kind of going back to day 1, like that first day, does seem pretty cool, and I do need to watch those before this comes out. But you know, I've seen a bunch of clips from those movies, so I am kind of familiar with what goes on, and yeah, definitely excited for this one. Alright, so Deadpool 3 is gonna go and can't wait. Guys, there's absolutely no question about this. I cannot wait for Deadpool 3. It's so unfortunate that there's been so many leaks before this movie even came out, but at the same time, I think it's going to be great. I just hope that it doesn't lean too heavily into just an absolute cameo fest, and it actually has a well-developed multiversal story. But as of right now, I am dying to see this movie. I'm dying to see Hugh Jackman come back. This is going to be a great film. Hopefully, if they can actually nail the story and not just, dive too deeply into, oh my god, here's a cameo, here's an Easter egg. I want a good story with this film. This next film kind of just snuck up on me. It's going to be Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. I cannot wait for this movie. I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan. Who isn't, especially after Barbie? And guys, this movie looks like a cool concept. It looks like he's going to be the next personality, after we got Drive, after we got La La Land, after we got I'm Just Ken, my man from Barbie. We got Fall Guy, and guys, I cannot wait for this movie. We got Emily Blunt in there. Seems like a pretty unique concept overall, and it just feels good to actually see an original movie being made, not based off any other franchise, because as you can see from this list as a whole, we've got a lot of sequels and stuff coming out. So yeah, this one looks very interesting to me. I cannot wait to see it. Okay, so next up we've got Ballerina, the John Wick spin-off with Ana de Armas. We haven't really gotten any information about this movie yet, but honestly, sign me up. I really like the original John Wick, trilogy plus 1. And yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. I hope that they don't make John Wick 5, but if they want to do spin-offs like this, sign me up. That's the best way I could put it. Sign me up, especially if you got a main actress like Ana de Armas, someone who obviously is an A-list actor at this point. Definitely interests me. I'd love to see more stuff in this world. I don't know who's directing it, if Chad is coming back, but overall, definitely interested, and hopefully once we get a new trailer, I can check that out, get me even more excited, and maybe it'll move up to can't wait. But as of right now, just gonna stay and sign me up. Guys, honestly, just like Gladiator 2, this movie, Beetlejuice 2, is going and not interested. Actually, wait, let me do this. I'm gonna put them next to each other, because they are brother and sister legacy sequels that I feel like no one's asking for. That I feel like they just tried to get Jenna Ortega and be like, hey guys, look, we've got, a young, hip actress in here. And then they also threw some more star power in there with, original people returning. But guys, is there even a story to be told here? I haven't seen the first Beetlejuice movie, but honestly, why are you making a second movie so many years later? It just feels like, God, why can't we just have original films being made? Not everything needs to be a franchise. We don't always need a sequel. This just feels so, corporately funded and just so stupid. I am just not excited for this movie whatsoever. Okay, honestly, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of the Joker sequel, so we're just going to call it Joker 2. It's like Joker du la Foe. I don't know. I can't even see it on here. I'm going to put this in can't wait. I am really excited to see what they do with this. The first Joker movie, I thought it's a really great movie. I don't think it's amazing, but when I heard that this was going to have Lady Gaga and be kind of a musical, that kind of interests me. And also, there were these leaked photos from today of apparently Harvey Dent showing up in this movie. Seems pretty cool that they're kind of expanding this universe. I don't really know what to expect as of right now, but honestly, just can't wait for this movie. Honestly, it's simple as that. Joaquin Phoenix returning, man. Gonna be a really good movie. I have a great feeling about that. Okay, I don't even know if Mickey 17 is coming out this year. Apparently this movie is coming out in March. We don't have a poster. We don't have a trailer. We don't have any information about this movie besides the fact that the guy who made Parasite is making it and that Robert Pattinson is going to be starring in it. First of all, sign me up. Or actually, no, not sign me up. I can't wait for this film. It looks amazing. A sci-fi movie taking place in the future. Robert Pattinson, one of my favorite actors, is going to be in it. Yeah, I can't wait for it. But I don't even know if this movie's coming out. It's weird. It's coming out in like literally 2 months or 3 months. No trailer. It's probably going to get delayed, honestly. So who knows if this is even going to be a 2024 movie. But regardless, I still can't wait for it. These next 2 movies, I'm going to spend like a combined 20 seconds on. Mean Girls, musical, and also Mufasa live action remake. Starting off with Mean Girls, I completely respect the first movie. I've never seen it, but it just feels so disrespectful so many years later to make like a sequel. It's also a musical. I feel like this is going to be stupid, and honestly, it's not for me. I'm not going to end up reviewing this, honestly, because I have no interest in it. I don't think it's going to be that popular. It's going to sit right here and not interested. The Mufasa live action remake. What are we doing here, Disney? Like, are we serious? Did anyone even really like that first Lion King live action movie? It made a ton of money for some reason. I have no idea why, but it was pretty awful. So I have absolutely no interest in seeing this when it comes around in, I believe, December. So yeah, these are both going right here. I have no interest. Despicable Me 4, honestly, kind of intrigued for this one, and there's only one reason. I'm not the biggest Despicable Me fan or like Minions fan or anything, but I'm a fan of Universal Studios. And Universal Studios, I have a bit of nostalgia for the Despicable Me franchise because they have like the Minion rides, things like that. This is going to go in intrigued. I don't expect anything crazy out of this movie, but overall, I don't know, it just seems kind of exciting and kind of, I don't know, like a fun time at the movies. That's really all I could say. I'm not exactly thrilled to see it, but I'm just intrigued. Alright, so next up we've got Venom 3. This one's gonna go in This is the thing. The first 2 Venom movies, yeah, sure, they're kind of fun, whatever. But I just don't know what's going on with Venom 3. Like, we have no information about the plot. If Spider-Man's gonna be in this movie, which I know is definitely not gonna happen, this is going all the way up to can't wait. But as of right now, it's just going in Okay, I'm about to sound like the biggest hater alive, and I'm not joking when I say this. Madam Web, I cannot wait to see. And I'm not joking. It's actually going in can't wait. Because I think this has potential to be the worst superhero movie of all time, okay? And again, I don't mean to sound like a hater. This trailer looked so god-awful that honestly, I was actually excited to see it. I actually cannot wait to see this movie because of how bad it looks. And I'm not trying to be funny, anything. I'm being dead serious. I can't wait to see this movie when it comes in, what, February maybe? Maybe March? I forgot. Alright, so being a little bit more positive here, I've got this Karate Kid movie. This is kind of tough for me. I think this one's going to go in I'm just not really that hyped for it. If we got more information, yeah, it'll be cool, but I don't know. I just don't know what they're doing here. We're combining like the original Karate Kid, which I absolutely love. That is an amazing, perfect film, with like the Jackie Chan film with Jaden Smith, which I think is pretty decent. I don't think it's really a bad movie, but I just don't know what they're doing here. I haven't watched Cobra Kai either, so I don't really know, what the fans of Cobra Kai think of this. I've seen a lot of Cobra Kai fans kind of pissed about this because I do watch some videos from people that like Cobra Kai, but overall, this one's going to go in not really dying for this. Next up, we've got Godzilla x Kong. Sign me up. This movie's going to be so stupid and just so dumb, and it's just going to be big monsters hitting each other. That's all I want in these movies. That's all I want. The trailer looked like it was really leaning into just being like stupid and just a good old time at the movies. That's all I want from this franchise, honestly, at the end of the day. So yeah, big monsters hitting each other, big kaiju battles, sign me up. Okay, next up we've got Argyle, the infamous trailer. Honestly, I'm actually a little bit intrigued by this movie. I know a lot of people are hating on this film because the trailer has been blasting in the movies for the past like 2 months, but the ensemble cast here actually looks kind of cool, and the concept did intrigue me, honestly. That's why I'm putting it intrigued. And also, I do have a little bit of bias because I myself am a huge Sam Rockwell fan. I know that's a super random actor to be excited about, but I'm really a big fan of his. So yeah, this is going to go in intrigued, pretty interested. Guys, again, I really don't mean to sound like a hater. Kraven the Hunter is going to go and sign me up because of how absolutely terrible I thought the trailer looked. And I know some of you might not like that I'm like talking badly about these, Sony Universe movies, but honestly, this trailer, in my opinion, looked like it was made on a $10 budget. It looks terrible, and honestly, that's why I'm putting it so high up. That's why I'm putting it in sign me up. Will they, go against my expectations? Is it actually going to end up being a pretty good film? Who knows? Regardless, if it's terrible, that's why I'm so excited to see it, because you can just laugh at it, joke around about it. But yeah, this is going to go and sign me up. And coming in last, Kung Fu Panda 4. I can't wait for this movie. I am such a big fan of the Kung Fu Panda franchise. My girlfriend absolutely loves the Kung Fu Panda franchise. And listen, the first 2 are amazing to me. I love them. The third one I really don't like, but the trailer of Kung Fu Panda 4, the approach they were going for with the old villains returning and how Chameleon looks really interesting, I really think it's going to end up being a great film, and that's why I'm so intrigued overall. Well, not just intrigued, I just can't wait. But yeah, this movie actually looks like it might end up being pretty good. But yeah, guys, that's going to just about do it for my most anticipated films tier list here of 2024. I mean, you guys could take a look here. This is my final tier list. Overall, I don't know. Is 2024 going to be the best year for movies? I don't know, guys. It's not looking too hot, just at least for my personal interests. I can't wait for 2025, like I said, but yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think 2024 is going to be a great year for movies or not? And yeah, I'd love to hear what you're excited for, what you're not excited for, but overall, I don't know, man. This is just my list. So yeah, guys, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.